Hello. I'm on mute. Hello. Good. Are you on? I'm on, and I'm here. And well, maybe I could change. What if I did? Does that help? A little warmth. Maybe it does help. What is this? I don't know if this is on my neck here, but nevertheless, I'm going to shave at some point soon. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the program. It is Sunday morning. I am here, and as are you. And thank you for being here while I'm here. That's sort of the way the live streams work. Let's get a look at these fun things. They're black with the silver trim. They are, I believe, Armani. I've worn them before, and it makes me feel insecure. It's kind of like wearing a convertible. And it's like, oh, look at me. And you're like, what are you trying to prove? And I was like, well, they were gifted to me. So what was that person trying to prove? I have nothing to prove. I feel weird in them. I put them on. And I go, am I making some sort of statement? Who's to say? Am I to say yes? I am, and I am saying right now. People are hopping in here. Sean said, hey, yo, culties. Hi, Mr. City. Sean has a mint tribute. He's been a member for 20 months. The old, I believe that's, it's like a balsa wood. That's that anniversary. You get somebody balsa wood when they've been married 20 months. Speaking of marriage, congratulations to Keith and Mia Yim. Keith Yim and Mia Yim. We're all proud of them for, it's not an achievement like they passed SAT, but it's a very nice thing that they did, and we call it a wedding. Sean has a request. If I can use my anniversary message to request a song so early, starting off hot. Sister Christian, it is Sunday. Oh my God. Let me see. Okay. Sister Christian, oh, your time has come. And you know that you're the only one to say, okay, boom, 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 boom. Where you going? What you looking for? You know that boy don't wanna play no more with you. Boom, boom, boom. It's June. Boom, 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 boom. It's June. You're motoring. What's your price for flight? Finding Mr. Right. Did all right tonight. Down. Maybe so fast. You know, time won't last for you. It's true. It's true. It's Alfred Molina. Yeah, oh, remember this part's great. You're motoring. What's your price for flight? Finding Mr. Right. Did all right down. With your motoring. Yes, don't motoring. I'm sweating now. I need to start off. That was my warm-up song. That's Sister Christian by Night Shift. Is that their name? Night People? Mia said, morning, everyone. Rachel said, hello, everyone. Leo said, halos. Sean said, oh, I also had a date this week that went really well. And one of the things we did during it was watch Wrestling Rock on Tour. True story. She is a lucky, lucky woman. Let me tell you that. And you can all watch it too. It's on YouTube. And it's directed by George Barbosa. And they play it on the Fight Network a lot after Impact because it wasn't acted, even though I did the writing, and it is a hell of a performance. So there's no residuals. So they're like, let's just air it. Mia said, congrats on your date. That wasn't to me. That was to Sean. Sean said, really living up to your human lube gimmick. You see that, and you watch Wrestling Record Tour, you're like, let's make out. Leo said, 60-second scene, a 4-year-old boy pitching a song he wrote about a poem he did to Andrew Lloyd Webber with ALW's Recession. Okay, yep, that classic scene. Mr. Webber? Mr. Lloyd Webber? Mr. Andrew Lloyd Webber? It's Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber. Mr. Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber. So sorry. I had an experience, and I thought it was very moving. I don't know if other people have had it, but I wrote it down, and I have a musical head. My father used to play the oboe, and I thought it would be really a good song for you. And I don't know if you used to put it out as a single, or maybe you get like a Michael Crawford guy to sing it. It would be a good idea. Make a whole show out of it. Who knows? But here it goes. Something started rumbling today in a very most unusual way. I had lunch and then I had a hunch that something was gonna go away. It went down here, it went out there, and it was the most exciting thing I've seen. It went down there, it went out there, and now my insides are clean. You're a genius. And and scene. This is my Andrew Lloyd Webber, which I should work on. He looks like he's playing a rat in like a High School Musical. Simon said good morning. Christine said good morning. Ty said good morning. RJ, how are you feeling? I'm fine. Sean said, don't wear those out. You wouldn't want to scuff them up. Leo said, that beard makes me want to ask if you're doing okay. Yeah, I'm circling classified ads in the newspaper and with red marker. Lyle said, happy Sunday, party people, positively. E is waving. Rachel said, you're particularly neurotic this morning, eh? I don't think anything unusual. Sean said, yes, the Baltiversary. Nail said, happy Cultiversary, Sean. Okay Gamer said, well, hi. Okay Gamer is of course, was at said wedding. How was it? Chris said, hi, everybody. Minicoletta said, good morning, RJ. Hope you had a nice week. Positively E said, because you're motoring. Sean said, apparently the song was about his younger sister, which, yeah, that's no good. I want to know that. Tabby has out with a Golden Rod tribute. Look at me being awake for one of these, and I applaud you. You're doing a hell of a job. Jeff has said, I mean, that's the best version of Sister Christian I've ever heard. Ty has been a member for 19 months. That's the bronze anniversary. It's not quite the way that works. I think the 19th month is corrugated cardboard. Charlie said Boogie Nights. Oh Lord, I've missed people. Sean said it's Night Court, I believe. Night Ranger. Night Ranger is the name of the band. Thank you. Hi, and that was Night Ranger. Aaron said morning with an egg and a wonderful custom coffee emoji. Christine said, my husband walked in during Sister Christian and was very confused and slightly judgmental of me. Shouldn't he know by now? Has he never paid attention before? Nails has been a member for 22 months. Happy Cultiversary for me. I am awesome. Congratulations to me. I continue to give support to RJ. How wonderful I am. Oh, dear Lord. You're doing great. Thank you. Lord said, how I pay. Well, there's a dollar sign at the bottom of the chat there, and I think that would be your guide. Nell said, I was scared of Andrew Lloyd Webber when I was younger. He is a little alarming, and he's so small but powerful in a Napoleonic sense. Thomas DeWitt said, good morning. Leo said, I'm scared of Joan Collins. I'm scared of Joan Embry. The couple Jones that frighten me. Okay, Gamer said, did you just say I'm A Fine? I am very Dr. A Fine. Nail said, Missy, did you see that Dalton announced a comedy show with Matt in New Orleans? Yeah, and they didn't even book me or ask me or anything. I mean, Matt Taven doing comedy. What's he going to do? His purple glove routine? Come on. Leo said, Andrew Lloyd Webber looks like Vince McMahon these days. Don't we all? Erin has been a member for 22 months, and she's used it to say smash that like, which is so sweet and so kind. Christine said, I think my insides are clean should be a new euphemism. It's pretty direct. Neil said, Justin looked beautiful. Loved the jumpsuit. Oh, that's nice. Rachel said, I'm scared of John Lithgow. He is kind of intimidating. There's a lank. There's a little like a Slender Man thing going on there. SM said, you finally ran out of the underwear and trading cards I sent you. When will you play Mustachio? That's next on the list. However, I did find... No, I didn't run out of the cards. I think there's still more cards. So I'm not done yet. There's definitely more cards. And then I also found more of my own cards because you inspired me. Neil said, I want to play Mustachio too. It also said, we'll all play Mustachio. Sean said, have you ever heard of the production A Night at the Rock Opera? They were this troupe that Andrew Lloyd Webber denied the chance to do a version of Jesus Christ Superstar, so they just did a huge concert cover show. No, But I did hear an album that I'm in love with, Jesus Christ Surfer Star, and it's a surf rock cover tribute to Jesus Christ Superstar, and it is good. It's driving music. You want to get hop behind the wheel and just take off into the sunset. SM said you have to eat pistachios while you play. Sean said I had music from the Who's Tommy, but also like Mamma Mia. Well, that's called variety. Neil said Dalton has a special wrestling mystery guest. I assumed it would be you. I assure you that the mystery guest is absolutely not me. So, because I would kind of people say, who the fuck is this person? Susie said, good morning, RJ. Did you sail alone in the Sea of Thieves and experience exciting adventure? I will be doing that. I'm going to do it probably today and put it up tomorrow. Just me and the ocean and the whales. There's no whales in that game. There should be whales. I'm going to write to the people because my crew has abandoned me. Captain Mima and Mia Yim, they're not there for me, supporting me. They're off talking about love, celebrating love. And I got to sail by myself like an asshole. Mia said, Taven can stand there and look fine as hell. Well, you've certainly laid your cards down. Queen of the Ring said, oh, hello in the Mrs. Doubtfire kind of way. Talk about a weird musical. Have you seen clips from that? Horrifying. But Queen, lovely to see you. And Queen is doing a bunch of wonderful things. She was doing a lot of rumbling last week. She did her own watch along, which I don't quite frankly have the gumption to do. And she'll be back doing more church. Is it church today? Spot Center said, sweatiest wrestler that you've ever faced. Call them out. Oh my God. Without a doubt. It's weird. I'm like, no. Pepper Parks or The Blade. Without a doubt. Sweaty before we've even doesn't need to put baby oil on. He's got that sweat where you're like, oh my God, wrestlers actually do sweat like this. Absolutely. Clean. I don't want to misconstrue it and make you think he's dirty. He's incredibly clean. And I've chained with him, so I've been there. He's a completely clean fella. He just sweats. He's just that hot kind of guy. Okay, Gamer said the wedding was wonderful. I almost got the bouquet, but Charlie snatched it from my hands. Well, spoiler alert, and someone should tell the dirt sheets. That's exciting. Karma said, RJ, what's this about you wrestling? Oh, Karima said, RJ, what's that about you wrestling LeVar Burton? Somebody said it once, and then LeVar said, I'm in. And I was like, you want to do this? We'll do this. And then he never responded. Missy said, Nails, I didn't see that. I'm going to check that out ASAP. Chad was rude. What? I missed something. Charlie was rude. Who are we talking about? Sean said, watch Third Rock from the Sun. It'll cure your Lithgow fears. What a great show. Jonathan said, first-time viewer, so forgive the confusion. Is the show just you reading comments? If so, that's genius. Well, I don't think it's me just reading comments. I think you really dumbed it down. I think it's more of a town hall, a discussion, a cultural sounding board. I can do scenes. And I can do songs by request, and then I make a coffee, and then I press coffee. It's a little more than me just reading comments, okay? And you know what? Even if this show was just me reading comments, I think I would do a pretty good fucking job, Jonathan. I read well, okay? When I was in 4th grade and we all had to read a page of a book, I didn't have to put my finger near the letters and do that whole thing. I didn't stumble over the words. I didn't lose my place. I was a good reader. Reading and speaking and reading comprehension, never an issue with any teacher my whole life. So you know what? Maybe I will turn the rest of the show into me just reading the comments, and then you can appreciate my high level of literacy. And yeah, that's alliteration, my friend. Sean said, looking up Surfer Star now. SM said, Dalton's Twitch has been lit. Yeah, Dalton has a Twitch now. So we're in which he paints. Fucking hippie. Christine said, young man and the Sea of Thieves. Positively, he said, if it requires leaving Canada, RJ probably ain't doing it. I will do it. You have to pay me and organize shit. Like, I got to test it to leave. I got to test it to come back. And then I also kind of have to, plan on perhaps getting sick because the country below us doesn't seem to be doing too hot. Not that we're doing well. But if you want to book me, I'm available for bookings. You have to pay me money. I feel like that's a lost concept. So I'm trying to do my best to spread awareness about that. Okay, Gamer said, not rude, but Charlie was just determined to get the bouquet. She just went for it. I think that's rude. You're supposed to, I believe all the bridesmaids and the women in the bouquet catching group should just stand there. And if the bouquet is closest to you, you catch it. This is not the outfield where you can yell, I got it. Leo said, did you ever play WCW Backstage Assault? I had a friend. I hated PlayStation. I thought it was stupid. I hated the controls. But when you're at a friend's house who has it, you play the shit out of it because it's not yours and it's free, and their mother is giving you snacks. So I played it there. He had a bunch of bad wrestling games like Simpsons Wrestling. And it was fun. The novelty of it was fun. Being, I'm Bobby Eaton and I'm backstage. I enjoyed that. Joe Cortez said, good morning, longtime space listener, first time viewer. Well, now you can see the subtleties in my face, Love coffee and underwear. Well, I seem to have both, Joe. So this may be the program for you. Queen said, I haven't seen clips of that musical, but the posters around the city are fishy. Oh, Queen's talking about the Mrs. Doubtfire musical. They never show Mrs. Doubtfire's face. Makes me feel like they botched the makeup. It's impossible to do that kind of makeup in real time. When I saw Martin Short's show, Fame Becomes Me, his one-man show, he changed into the Glick makeup, but it was like a mask he put over his face. Like they took an intermission to put this shit on. And then he did that. And it still didn't turn out so well. It was just weird. Like I was third row. And that's not where you want to be for this show. So I would assume Mrs. Doubtfire, they should just make people sit only in the balcony. And then just cover the bottom rows of the orchestra pit, the whole thing. This is horrifying. Leo said, we all heard about Vader not washing his gear. There are some wrestlers that just stink. They would stink as human beings. If they were an accountant, they would be a smelly accountant. And then when they wrestle and they're sweating and multiple shows, I didn't clean my gear. It's the fuck. Open your bag. Air the shit out. Get another pair. Neil said, Dalton streams soothe me very much like RJ's podcast on Wednesday nights. I find their voices calming even when they make me laugh. Well, isn't that nice? Sort of like in a Bob Ross sense. SM has a 60-second scene request. You're trying to explain this show to a new viewer and you nervously begin to sing. Okay. Okay. This show, there's a lot of stuff just going on here. I come on. It's every Sunday morning. It's 9:30, and I'm here for you to talk about what you want to do, and the things I say are all in the spirit of play to have fun in the Sunday sun. To be with you and me, to drink because my mouth is thirsty. I preferred Shelley Long to Kirsty. This show might not be for you, but there are some who this show is for them. And I don't wear pants anymore because I'm not really wanting to hem. That's pretty much the show. And scene. That was that was weird. Leo said, do you think Tina Fey is hot? Sure. I mean, I haven't thought about it before, but yeah, sure. Yeah, first instinct, yes. Rachel said, yeah, unfortunately, I know some people who can confirm that Vader didn't wash his gear. Let me press this here. Chris said, coffee and underwear is about coming together. Chabby said, and it's all in his underwear, I'll say. There we go. The blind guy from Next Generation is ducking RJ. I have no idea what that means. Here we go. Oh, that's a nice sound. Isn't that nice? There we you're talking about Star Trek, The Next Generation. You're talking about Geordie LaForge. Yes. Okay, I understand that. By the way, small pieces of business. Tomorrow morning there will be more Babyface. So stay tuned. YouTube at 8:30, and then everywhere else after that. I can't remember which episode this is, but I assume it's a good one. A little stevia here. This coffee is also spilled a little. Um, this coffee is also my coffee, high anxiety. You can buy it at rootlesscoffee.com. You can also buy Dan House's and Warhorse. Dan has a sign, so stop buying this fucking coffee. This is what I don't. They're like, oh, yeah, making money. Let's help him make more money. Give it, no, spread it. I'm not, but I'm so give just, and there may be even more Babyface coming up soon, and more than usual in a way that we perhaps have not seen him before. Neil said, "Oh, if someone wants the bouquet before it's ever been thrown, they will get it. Best to just stand back." Yeah. Queen said, "Reading is fundamental." Did I miss something? Did I misread something? Please tell me. I'm nervous now. Karima said, "RJ reads banned books in his underwear. They're banning all the books. When are they going to ban that Stregonona?" Wasn't a fan of her. Little progressive. Feeding the whole village. Sounds like socialism to me. Sean said, "It's more of a long talk. Coffee and underwear. Long talk." Sean said, CULT, if you will. Leo said, "Which Star Trek was it with the out of place Russell Watson theme song that goes, 'I got faith in the heart'?" I don't know, but I guarantee you I've not seen it. I think I would remember that. Spot Center said, "Has anyone ever really kissed grits? Why did Flo, the wonderful Polly Holiday, call her parts grits? Maybe it was like kiss my tits. That would have been, or kiss my pits." And they were like, "You can't, Mrs. Holiday, you cannot say that on the air." And they were like, "All right, what rhymes and is something we serve?" And there you go. That's how those things work. Positively E uses the Hulk Hogan emoji. That great work. Four Eyes just said bulge. Christy said everyone prefers Shelley to Christy. Nails would watch the Disney movie. Spot Center said, "Have you heard Dana Carvey and David Spade's podcast Dishing the Dirt on SNL with guests? Which side did you fall on the Mad TV SNL wars?" SNL all the way during that time. However, I look back and I go, there was some really good people on Mad TV. Phil Lamar comes to mind. Mo Collins comes to mind. And I thought there was some things there that were funnier than I realized at the time. However, there is also, an allegation that Mad TV was basically a stolen, repurposed from John Leguizamo was given a sketch show. And there was some difficulties or disagreements or whatever. And they got rid of him and kept everyone else. And then that became Mad TV. Neil said, "I'm having tea today because Rob is still asleep and I don't want to grind coffee beans and wake him." That never wakes me. I just hear it and I go, well, there will be coffee when I wake up, and I take note and I go back to sleep. Tea for two and two for tea. Sean said LeVar Burton was blind in The Next Generation. Thank you. Because it wasn't Star Trek, I had no idea. I thought they were talking about the new generation, the 1, 2, 3 kid and things. Chris said, "Is today's coffee high anxiety?" Yes, indeed it is. And I will even sing the song if you want me to. Joe said, "Is French press the preferred method of having coffee in one's underwear? I'm a pour over guy myself." Joe, I love the pour over. I've made it before. It takes a lot of work. You got to watch it a lot. It's a lot of work for just one cup. And when you want more than one cup, it's like, oh my God. But I do like it. It is really, especially if you have the right quality coffee and you just ground the beans, it's preferably the way to go for like the best coffee. But you also have to weigh the time, the practicality, the energy, the resources. This is cold brew. I made it last night because sometimes I get very hot. If I have hot coffee, it makes me more hot and it bothers me. So I usually have a cold brew in the morning. That way it's there and I just press it like you've seen and I'm ready to go. Sean said, "There's a pretty great scene in Insurrection where Geordi can see and he's talking to Picard." Check it out. In my interview with Phil Moore, host of Nickelodeon Arcade, which you can find on the Talk Culture channel, He said he always got confused with LeVar Burton. So there was one episode where he came out with the Geordie eyepiece on. Leo said, "Can you get RJ City Dr. Katz themed merch?" I mean, if I did a collaboration with Dr. Katz, I don't want to just steal the, what. Plus, I am doing babyface merch right now. Believe there's a sale. Even if there's not, I just put up some more new stuff. So enjoy it. And then I don't have to worry about getting signed. People are like, when are you going to get signed? First of all, I was there and that's what happened. But number one. Number two, just give me the money. You got to give the other guy the money and then it's got to go to me, the less of it. Just give me the money and then we'll call it even. I'll be fine. Mia said, dramatic reading of the song Danger Zone. You absolutely requested this before and I did it. I don't know why we're doing this again. Is there another song called Danger Zone? There isn't. It's Kenny Loggins. All right. Revving up your engine, listening to her howl and roar, metal under tension, begging you to touch and go. Highway to the danger zone. Ride into the danger zone. Heading into twilight, spreading out her wings tonight. She's got you jumping off the deck. Shoving into overdrive. Highway into the danger zone. I'll take you right into the danger zone. You'll never say hello to you until you get it on the red line overload. You'll never know what you can do until you get it up as high as you can go. Out along the edges, always where I burn to be. The further on the edge, the hotter the intensity. Highway to the danger zone. Going to take it right into the danger zone. Highway into the danger zone. Ride into the danger zone. Highway to the danger zone. Going to take it right into the danger zone. Highway to the danger zone. Ride into the danger zone. Yeah, that's pretty much the song. That's what you wanted? That was on your list of shit you had to hear this morning? God bless you. Nail said, I will continue to support Danhausen. Don't be a heel. I bought everyone's coffee. I'm being a little more democratic, a little more practical. All he does is fucking take pictures of people backstage and post them anyway. These guys do just less than I do. At least I have good reading comprehension. Positively E said, what would happen if LeVar from the Next Generation and Cyclops from the X-Men traded glasses? Probably not. I think they would realize it was a wrong prescription and get very blurry and a headache, and then they have to switch back. Laura said, can't ban that dimple. It was just the one. Sean said, Burton also hosted Reading Rainbow. I think that's the kind of... I can go twice time. Queen said, no, the comment was for your reading the comments out loud segment. I'm sorry. I don't keep up with stuff, and I think people have done something wrong. People are attacking me. But other than that, I'm secure in myself. Blue Mini is here. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. And if you want Meanie's bones, and I'm sure his wife does, figure you can order it and things are happening. So click on his stuff and his Mind of Meanie podcast. Positively E said Mad TV was so much better. I disagree. Mia likes Bon Kiki. For I said the Mad TV cast was never given the credit they deserve. That's absolutely correct. Some of them became famous, but then not from the show. Like Mo Collins is great. Mo Collins and Ivory, I hold in the same. Love these people. Okay, Gamer says stop saying Star Trek and Star Trek. See, that's it. You just don't know how I say Trek, because the way I was saying Trek is not the way I say track. But if you didn't know how I said track, you would think I was saying track when I said track. Hear the subtlety? It's nuance. You're hearing, but you're not listening. As if he said, John's show was kind of a version of In Living Color. Yes, I think it was like a Latin version of it, which obviously they thought, oh, In Living Color, that's doing well. Let's do more of those. And I think a bunch of different sketch shows came out. Kate said, I have my almond milk latte made with 6 shots of espresso. I can say Trek, but I cannot say espresso. 6 shots of espresso and spiked with hazelnut liquor. Kate is going for fucking broke. This one's not even 10 yet. Good for you. Kate said cold brew is delicious, especially homemade. Well, yes. Rowdy Kate said, I just ordered 2 more bags of coffee this morning. I really enjoy it as an iced coffee. That's so nice. I wish that we could bottle it as iced coffee and sell it because I enjoy that so much too. But it is fresher. You grind the beans, you make them. It's nice. You're sweet. Anything with a fruity hint of fruit will come out when you do the cold brew. It's very nice. Positively, he said Deborah Wilson was bald as an April. Deborah Wilson was great. I thought she was wonderful. There was another girl who ended up on. I can't think of her name now. I can see her face in my head. She would always do stuff with Deborah Wilson, but then she also ended up playing the sister on King of Queens. Carrie's sister. Nicole. No, not Nicole Sullivan. Is there another Nicole? Someone will help me out. There's someone here who knows all the names of the cast of Mad TV. Leo said, anyone remember Justin LaBar and the Big Nasty? I don't remember the Big Nasty. I just remember a regular sized Nasty. Rod Johnson said, can we hang out and watch the Love Boat channel on the Pluto app tonight? Yes, because it's exciting and new. Neil said, this man is Danhausen sarcasm being tested. Spot Center said, you never worked in McKeesport outside of Pittsburgh. Damn it, I just missed that. But last night, it's been reported that some fans used the word monkeys in the European soccer fan kind of way. We stopped going there years ago. Yeah, that's not a good thing. That I would maybe would have killed somebody to just put a small disclaimer at the beginning of the show. Eric Johnston is here. Real riveting stuff over here. I'm glad that I made it in time. And if you are in some odd Northern Ontario towns, or then maybe Chicago and then out east and whatever, you can catch Eric Johnston on tour doing stand-up Run with the Bull. And I don't think he runs in a sprint sort of way. I think it's a jog where you kind of go, I think it would be faster if you just walked. Eric, of course, played Vane on Splat-A-Lot. If you recall, if you don't recall, if you don't know what Splat-A-Lot is, it's been inflated in our heads because we had such a nice time. And we were told to believe it was better and bigger than it was. So that's what we're dealing with right now. But thanks for joining me. That it was for you. Spazina said, meaning PWX isn't the same as when you were here. I wasn't there, so I don't know the difference. Leo said, do you think if man buns were a thing in the 90s, that Sting would have had one? I don't know what Sting you're talking about. Sting the musician? Absolutely. Sting the wrestler? Maybe not. Tabby said, I just realized who the free agent Tony Khan has been talking about is congrats, Raul. Looking forward to seeing you on Dynamite this Wednesday. I need that big surprise. And I go, hey, everybody. And they're like, who? That's what you want. It's good to confuse the audience first and then make them happy. That's you know what I mean? You ever go to a wine tasting and they have crackers and you're supposed to eat them between each wine to cleanse the palate? I'm the cracker. SM said, is next week's stream going to be Valentine's Day themed? I guess I could just perhaps sing love songs or something, or do it from a ski chalet. Jonathan said, quick take on Kenny versus Spenny. Are you a fan? American fans may need an explanation of what it is. So bizarre. I was just talking to Spenny the other day. He tweeted out yesterday that he's a fan, that he's borderline obsessed with Babyface. And that's what you're supposed to do because he's a babyface. He's a babyface, and his babyface is supposed to like a babyface. I hate a babyface. So he gets it. Kenny versus Spenny was like, it was two guys. It was almost like the 90s grunge version of like an Impractical Jokers. Jokers, like, they're all very nice with each other. They're like, hey, this lady, she has a big foot. And they'll laugh. And it's like, oh, man. And a lot of laughter. Kenny versus Spenny had less laughter from the people, but more daring action. It was like there's a jackass element to it, but I feel like that would be doing also a disservice. It's about two guys who compete basically in competition with each other and bother each other tremendously. It's hard to explain it while I don't feel like I'm doing it justice that way. But I mean, there's more to it than that. But Spenny likes Babyface. So who am I to say? It's a wonderful show. They should have gotten an Emmy. I know they weren't eligible for one, but they should have gotten one. Nicole Sullivan. Thank you, Simon. No, that's not who I'm thinking of. There was a Nicole. I know who Nicole Sullivan is. There was another. I think there's like two Nicoles. Neil said, I've been in the USA 10 years and still people say names and they're just names. I have no clue who anyone is. Rod said, if we see a casting call for young David Paymer, do you want to be contacted? Neil, do you know who David Paymer is? Because I don't. Kate said, well, you only live once. Might as well go and enjoy yourself. Aaron said, I think you're right with Nicole Sullivan. Oh, God, there was someone else. 60-second break. You at WrestleMania. No. Spot Center said, do you look at a light to sneeze? You look off to the right to answers for church. It's all scripted. I have notes like Marlon Brando did. Whatever happened to that hottie Gildar? Well, they did enough episodes for syndication and they went, kids are not going to know the difference. We'll just keep airing these. We're fine. Leo said, were your Splat-A-Lot days the best days of your life? I've had worse. I've also had bad. They could have been. I was so full of hope then. I was better then. Not necessarily the circumstances. Tom has been a member for 21 months. Back in the chat after almost dying from a burst lower intestine 2 weeks ago. Eat your fiber, kids. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. I can't say it enough. And if you don't believe me, the cautionary tale is Tom. Jesus. Burst? Oh my, is that a diverticulitis kind of deal where they're worried about it and they have to, or did they add? I'm sorry, I have way too many questions with this now. But happy that you're back and hope you sound okay. If you're in here, you should be okay. 4 Eyes 5 said, do you wear briefs under your trunks too? No, smaller ones, even small, like ones that I could not wear as normal underwear. Does that make any sense? Although I've been told I should get a dance belt. Spot Center has a request. The theme from Alice. I don't remember. So I'm going to sing it, but with my own melody. It was by Danny Elfman? That's weird. That's very weird. Is it? Or maybe he did another song called Alice? Oh my God. All right, this is season 1 and 2 because they changed. Early to bed, early to bed. In between, I cooked and cleaned and went out of my head. Go through life with blinders. It's tough to see. I had to get up, get out from under, and look at me. There's a new girl in town, and she's looking good. There's a fresh, freckled face in the neighborhood. There's a new girl in town with a brand new style. She was just passing through, but if things work out, she's gonna stay a while. Ba ba bum bum bum. That was the theme from Alice. Was not that? Why didn't I remember this? I guess I never really. I was more. You'd more hear "Kiss My Grits." I could see clips. It's a horrible choice, by Center. I'm sorry. But kiss your own grits. What can I say? And the wonderful Vic Taybeck, who's in a good wrestling episode of Tales from the Dark Side. Oh my God, we have a request. The wonderful, Carrie Silken is here. Let me see if I can get him. Oh, this is exciting. Jonathan has a golden request. Thanks for welcoming to this world. All the best to you and your friend. Thank you. That is so sweet. And welcome. People will show you around. Carrie's on. Let's see if you can. Carrie, hello.
Hello there.
Hey, how are you?
I'm frozen.
Where are you?
I'm back home in rinky-dink, Pennsylvania.
Why would you think what were you doing? You were living the life in Miami or something?
Well, I was in Fort Lauderdale for 2 weeks.
Doing shuffleboard?
Yeah, and even making an appearance on Impact Wrestling.
I saw that. You were yelling and you were getting yelled at. What? Did you know you were going to do that?
Not really, but they were very nice, and they run a really good show, and it was nice to see Jonathan Gresham defend the Ring of Honor title, and then to get a chance to yell at those horrible people like Vincent and Matt Taven and Mike Bennett and the lovely Maria, who are, honor. They're calling themselves RJ. They're calling themselves Honor No More. The nerve of them.
Yeah, no, and that's like Faith No More, and the people who had faith got very upset at them. The thing I love about Matt Taven, he has very few positives, but one of them is that he has a Jerry Lewis sounding name. Matt Taven. And then if you've never seen it before, it immediately wins you over, and you're like, I'm interested. I like Jerry Lewis. And then you see him in the purple gloves, and you're very confused. Where do you think Matt Taven went wrong?
By winning the Ring of Honor title.
Yes, I'll say. And on the top of a ladder, Madison Square Garden, it's going to go to his head. And I think that's what did Angel Dice Clay in, too.
Yeah, that ruined him. But it was nice. It was nice being at Madison Square Garden. That was really an awesome experience. But
did you feel like you belonged, or did you feel more insecure, like we shouldn't be here? Because if I was backstage there and I saw an old picture of Paul Simon, I would say, oh my God, I'm not Paul Simon. I shouldn't be here.
Well, considering that I used to go to the Garden for not only wrestling, but all these concerts in the 70s, 80s, 90s, even up to a couple years ago, I saw Elton John. And considering my ticket scalping era, where I was hustling tickets in front of the Garden. I mean, for God's sakes, I lived in Penn Station a couple of nights. So the idea of me cycling, just forget it. It was like hitting the lotto.
Yes.
So there's nothing I can say negative about it. It was surreal, but I'm grateful for it, my man.
Now you are kind of like the Forrest Gump of like New York 70s subculture, wouldn't you say?
And
80s, yes. So can I throw out some names and you can tell me if you have anything on them?
Certainly.
Okay, the New York Dolls.
Before my time, unfortunately.
Fran Lebowitz.
Never liked her.
Did you have a run-in? Was everything okay?
She's okay. She was always having a cause, so I avoided her.
Right. Al Lewis.
Al Lewis, I saw one time on Bleecker Street. He was the doorman in front of some club. I guess it was a comedy club. And the only thing that disappointed me, that although it was a different show, my favorite, Blossom Rock, Mama, Grandma from the Addams Family. Was it Blossom Rock?
Yes.
Very underrated.
Very underrated. Very underrated. Very nuanced. Who else? Did you ever hear? My grandmother lives on Long Island, and when we used to drive around with her when I was a kid, she would always listen to a woman named Joan Hamburg on the radio. Are you familiar with?
My mother listened to her too. She's no good.
She always just knew places to get a good sandwich. Yet her show would be like 4 hours long.
Oh God!
And you had. Go ahead.
Who else?
Well, I mean, you have famed interactions with a Belushi.
John Belushi, yes. I mean, a chance path taken. Yes, I was with him. Hey, I know you have a G-rated show here.
We don't, so knock yourself out.
All right, fine. So I always used to say, a male groupie's pussy is cocaine.
Okay, fine.
Everybody would like to hang. I mean, I don't know. Maybe not you, because you are a big star.
Oh, well,
But
thank you.
everybody would like to hang out with their favorite rock stars, right?
Right.
Celebrities.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, they don't want me hanging out with a bunch of dudes most of the time. So, through the magic of cocaine, but disgusting stuff that wrapped my life up for 20 years. I was able to, get on the periphery, or sometimes to the bands of guys like Bob Seger, Rush. We spoke about Belushi, other Thin Lizzy, Blue Oyster Cult, UFO, Molly Hatchet, Jethro Tull, and so it was a way to sort of get in. But the Belushi story can be heard on Last Stop Penn Station podcast, and hopefully, my man, the memoir will be coming out this summer.
I would love that. And even better, which people should know, Ian Riccaboni is also on Last Stop at Penn Station.
What a wonderful man he is.
A sweet human being, and he's worked my name into multiple broadcasts of Ring of Honor, which was very sweet of him.
Before I go, I have a question for you.
Oh, Mike, please.
Am I going to see you in Texas? The so-called WrestleMania weekend.
I mean, I may, if somebody wants to book me.
I do. I'll book you.
Okay, I'll see you in Texas.
I want to meet you already. This is ridiculous.
I feel like I've known you for a very long time. I feel like we've just, maybe there was some sort of past life where we were roadies for Art Garfunkel or something.
Yeah, we're kindred spirit. But listen, I love all the stuff you do, and more than that, you're a good man. And last but not least, your knowledge for the obscure, such as Rip Taylor, it goes over everyone's head.
But you live in the obscure. You're in the Penn Station of culture of your mind, And
next time when we could talk, I'll tell people about some of my coworkers.
Yes.
When I was hustling tickets, such people as the great Pig-Face Stanley and his son, Little Scotty the Baboon, Freddie the Weeper, the Sabu brothers, Blockhead. There was a guy, Pac-Man, but his other nickname was Drugstore.
Now, my grandfather, when growing up in New York, there was always a guy named Mush. Did you have a Mush on your roster?
There was a Mush.
There was always, I think, in every group of friends, there was like one Mush.
There was one Mush, and then there was Eddie the Foot. He needed to get his foot amputated, but he just kept wrapping it in bandages, and he stunk.
Wow.
And let's not forget, pay tribute to some of the better men there. The great Silent Sydney. There's just so many. But we have to get together and talk about this someday.
I would love that so much.
I'm sure you have plenty of stories too.
I have a few. I'm working on it, and we'll make some together. I would like to write on the back of your memoir one of those recommendations. This book is a hoot and a gas, RJ City. That's what I would love.
Jumpin' Jack Flash. It's a gas. Yes.
Thank you, Carrie. I appreciate your support.
Thank you. Take care, my man.
Yes, I will talk to you soon.
All right, bye.
That was so sweet. That is the wonderful, effervescent, may I say, historian of everything weird, Carrie Silken, Ring of Honor stalwart, pillar. And I hate using. I feel like the word pillar is overused, but that is fantastic. I guess I'm booked for Texas. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what that means. That was lovely. He's so nice and so sweet. Absolutely go follow him on his Twitter and go listen to his podcast, Last Stop Penn Station. I've been to Penn Station before and I haven't seen him. So, maybe it's just a euphemism or something. So there was some questions here. Caitlin said, RJ, have you always liked the taste of coffee, or did you have to get used to it? Basically, I have to add stuff until it no longer tastes like coffee. Caitlin, I would purport that perhaps you're not having good coffee. Bad coffee tastes bad. Like foam cup, I'm at somebody's wake, is bad. It sucks. I would have to put something in that. If you can get good coffee, fresh beans, make it the right way, and then you still don't like it, then maybe you actually don't like it, which is totally fine. Some people just won't. I just does not drink coffee. Can't stand it, just drink tea. I particularly enjoy the coffee. So see if you can seek out the best coffee you can find. And if that doesn't move you, then the problem is you. Positively E said, Rush is the greatest band of all time. That's your opinion. Hey, Kate said, merely pointing out that at least one RJ Culty is not an Ring of Honor aficionado. Carrie ran Ring of Honor for a while, and he's just like an advisor. I don't. He's fantastic though, but I don't know what my role is in life either. And obviously, it knows New York in the best way possible. Yolanda said, "Good morning. Sorry, I'm late. Just got off a flight. Is that David on the line? No, David does not have that accent, unless he's Bozo when he's on CNN. Then yes, he does have that accent." Hey, Kate said, Caitlin and Mia, what is it about coffee you deplore? Great word. Nail said, Buckham. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm Texas, here I come. Positively E said, TK, give me the book and some of that. Oh, Lord. Yolanda said, 1 minute it sounds like him, but then it sounds like a deathmatch wrestler. Respect. He's a gruff fella. Oh, Yolanda said, that's Carrie. I was totally off, but after hearing the stories, it makes sense. Kate said, given that cocaine is still considered an illegal substance and use is demonized by many people, I dare say you'll be waiting ages to hear someone say that they have it for breakfast, I would say. Yolanda, yes, his stories before Ring of Honor are a hoot. He's just a sweet fella. Nell said, do you have a cowboy hat? No, but David has a bunch, and I should steal them. We were supposed to go. We were going to go to South by Southwest 2 years ago, and then Positively E said, Spot Center said, you haven't lived until you sat 6 inches away from pretty Jimmy Dream trying to furiously blade himself next to a rack of firemen to a fire station. I think he was using a corn chip. Dear Lord. Positively E said he was right about Matt Taven winning the strap. Kate said, shows a lot of people have booger sugar for breakfast. They just want publicly. Maybe they put it in their coffee. Eli Frank said, didn't have Carrie Silken using coarse language at 7 a.m. on my bingo card. Well, you should have. Why was that not included in my bingo? That would have been a good square. Positively E said, unrelated, I need to finish my Euphoria Season 1 rewatch. Nicholas said, great show today. Very entertaining. Thank you. That was such a nice stop by. Neil said, sometimes this conversation is insane. I'm so happy that this is like a siren call for like just people who know and talk about weird shit. I enjoy that so much. Mia said, sorry for repeat song. I'll pick a better one next week. I did it twice. Kate said, RJ, my screen name is pronounced Hecate. Hecate. It really looks like Kate. So this is going to be hard for me, but I'm going to try my best. Hecate. Hecate. All right, I'm doing it. And Carrie was perfect. Dare I say this? He's a raconteur. There's not many of us left, okay? But he recounts. He doesn't recant. He recounts. And he doesn't recant. And that's what makes him a raconteur. Positively E said, this chat is going off the rails of cocaine. I don't think we've had a cocaine discussion on the show. And yet, I love how we thought the show was G-rated. I'm here in the Hecate. Positively E said, I kind of like dark coffee. Caitlin said, I'll try it. I do grind my beans every morning, and today's hazelnut. I think you just go for just coffee that tastes like coffee. Sometimes they have flavored coffee where they spray the beans with like artificial flavor, and I'm like, I need to try RJ's coffee before I give up forever. Can someone plug it? Rootlesscoffee.com and click on, I don't know what it is, collabs or partners or some shit. You'll have to say G-rated. You should have heard us last week. Obviously, he missed the episode with Eddie McQueen where we were talking about Mormon soaking. I didn't forget that term. And then I saw an article about it. It's one of those things where you buy a car and then you see the same car everywhere. You talk about soaking, you see it everywhere. Spot Center said, who has to deal with a wired up RJ after 10:30 a.m. every Sunday? I go and I wind down. This is very important to me. I will go wind down. I will download this and I will clip anything pertinent that I want to play again. And then I'll set up my babyface videos and then I'm going to sail by myself. Usually like me and Jessamine would maybe meet me and we would sail, but they're away on weddings or something. A little toast to Mia and Keith Yim. They're so great. They're so fantastic. I'm so proud of them. Keith is a bear of a man and a hip cat. You know, he's got those two sides to him, like that, the bear side, and then sweet like a cat, a docile almost, if you will. And my hat's off to them. Like, congrats to Mia for like keeping the blue hair and then making everyone else, the whole wedding party, really like colorize themselves around that. I thought was a bold choice, and she stuck in there and she hung in there. And I know you kids do that whole wrestling thing you guys do. Hey, flying body slam, look out. Here's to you. That was my wedding toast. Yolanda said, soaking is so fucking dumb. You either stroke or go. Please put that on a shirt or jewelry. Engrave it on a really nice ring. Positively, he said, Speedballs cost us way too many funny, heavyset comic actors who maybe one or two members of the Who, but not the ones you wanted. They always take the good ones. Mia's saluting. Kate said, my friend from Athens, Greece, put the stress on the first syllable, so do I. Hecate. Getting better. Nail said, I'm confused by Mike Bailey's nickname and wondering why he was really banned from crossing the border. Yeah, probably not. I would not tell the border guard that was my name. But he is, take the drug terminology out of it. He is a ball of speed. It's like a Sonic in a sense. Leo said, I didn't even know they got married. Well, now you know. Was I invited? Yeah, I didn't go. I'm just so occupied, so much on the go. I had to talk to Carrie. Yolanda said, oh, I shall. SM said, commandments, no fighting on Tuesdays. Stroke or go. I usually just go. Positively E said, Mike Bailey isn't a drug dealer. No, he's not. Now I understand why people would, but he's just a ball of speed. Even that doesn't sound good. Hecate. I'm off for now. I have a ride home and must be wheeled up to my flat. Have a good time. Enjoy yourself. Thank you for joining me. Spot Center said, when Mia was in IWC with Shima Zion, Joaquin Wilde, he claimed they were two badass Blasians. Later, a guy tried to dunk Shima as the bleachers rose towards an uplifted basketball goal. I wrestled Shima, Joaquin Wilde, whatever. We feuded in IWC, and my manager there was Justin LeBar, and I it's like and we feuded and we had a good time, and we were supposed to, and I don't know what happened. We were supposed to have a cage match. I think that was supposed to be the blow off or something, and I demanded a cage match where only I could use the door. I could escape from the door, but he had to climb over the top. And I was like, that is a great match to me. And it never happened, unfortunately. Neil said, Speedball in the ring with Switchblade was such a delight on Impact. I love how, like, Carrie just started plugging, and then he's plugged everything, but in an entertaining, that's a rock on tour. Rachel said, all the commandments should be a shirt. We have to get to chairs. The chairs. We have to get till 10. I was going to say 10 commandments. I saw somebody else write chairs. What kind of what are we talking about? Nude said, curious to know, will Danhausen give you a percentage of his AW royalty since he got his big break right here on RJ Makes Coffee in his underwear? So far, no. But you can buy my coffee at rootlesscoffee.com. Anyway, positively, he said Shima Zion is hot as blazes, but that Joaquin Wild is hideous. So that was the program. Thank you to Carrie. That made me so happy. What a sweet rock on tour. Let's get a final look at these. A nice, boy. Excuse me. A nice spin. And until next time, a Godspeed. And God bless. More Babyface tomorrow.